Hi everyone, in this video I'll share with you my Corrupted Rebel build for AI Limit. Now that I promoted the Corrupted Bladed Swords into the S tier rank in my latest tier list, it's time to create a build for it. Now keep in mind the helmet and the headwear and the armor, both of them are themed. Of course you can mix and match to any situation that you want based on the situation. Now this is very good build for New Game Plus, and if you have pure crystal, make sure to have them, it can help. This build we're going to use Seal of Clergis. It has only 4 slots. We're using 2 seals to upgrade the tiers, 1 to reduce consumption of sync rate for parrying, and the other one for extending piercing claw. Now I won't be showing fight with the lightning hammer, but this is one that I highly recommend using. So I recommend alternating between the two because again it can do like there's a short duration stun, there's like a slightly longer one that lasts 3 seconds compared to the shorter one, and this gives you the longer one, as you can see. And if you don't get it with 1 hit at some of the bigger enemies, you can actually do this with 2 hits. It's good also against bosses, but great against bladers and other human characters. It's just an amazing one. Look at that, such a long stun. And I tested it quite heavily, and it really synergizes well with the build that I'm about to show you, because when you're able to stagger bosses like that for even a relatively short period of time, you'll be able to just chain damage like crazy and continue staggering them. So this kind of complement that, but you can just switch between this one and fire. So I did a lot of heavy testing today, eventually coming to this build. Just again, for the hammer, just want to show you a few gameplay here so you can see how it plays. It's great for taming very fast attacking enemies. Those who can actually just rush at you and then, and deal damage to you and surprise you. You just, can do that even before, because it has kind of relatively, not really tiny radius, so you can actually capture several enemies as well. You can easily flatten, again, humanoid characters with that. And again, just give you the extra value out of the build if you decide to use it. Yes, I just wanted to cover this aspect. Again, we can carry 2 spells, so you need to change, but you can always pause the game and change it if you like. Alright, let's move on to more gameplay and cool stuff. So basically the idea is that you pop up your piercing claw before the fight. You also use a spell to give you fire elemental damage. And let's see the combat against Nomiya. Yeah, that's your heavy metal build right there. Now, have you seen there, I haven't invested anything in protection here. This is kind of more glass cannon type of build for those who love that. Now, this is from a previous test that I did. You can see it against Ursula before I actually added the element. And I was actually testing, how aggressive I can actually be, and if I'm activating a bit from far, like pre-activating the attack. And the reason that, I mentioned that also in the previous video, that is great that you can actually activate it before. Even if you're a bit further away, you're going to get the piercing very quickly. There's a high chance you're going to get lots of staggers using this build. It also works well if you invest more into, being tanky, but I think the fun is when you don't actually do that, you just go for basically high damage. So the idea is basically with this build, don't let enemies breathe. The reason that you have low defense is because, well, you are less likely to get hit. This is a more advanced, of course, build for people already familiar with the boss attack and feel comfortable. You just go there and destroy bosses. Now we need to balance it out a bit. I mean, you can really just go, if you get hit a lot, of course, you're gonna die. You can even, you can +5 if you go to 50, for example. You can get even almost one shot with Ursula, like one hit and a little stone and you're dead. So this is why I recommend not being in this situation, so you can still maintain your attacks even when you're getting hit. So increase your HP. Now recommend, depends, between 50 and 70. If you're going to like new game +5, the thing is that Ursula, for example, can just again kill me with just one attack and a little stone. So if you don't want to get in a situation, although you are a glass cannon and you don't have any extra defenses, invest a bit more into HP. Again, part of the fun of this build, you can actually continue attacking even if you get hit a bit, and it can happen. Although one of the advantages of this weapon is that it's fast, so you can actually react in time, continue attacking. But you know, certain situation where you get this extra attack, you're actually going to stagger enemies. You're going to get a bit, you know, going to be a bit of damage. So it's better to be able to sustain that. This also, of course, just makes the build more fun, and you also will allow you to finish bosses faster rather than delaying or letting them, you know, convert into another set of attacks, you know, just to keep them still. So it's worth it. Yeah, basically that's it. Give it a try. It works amazingly well. I tried against different bosses today. I just demolish bosses. It's quite funny how strong it is. And then especially against enemies that you can actually cause piercing damage. But even without, and I try against, you know, a few robots here and there, the big ones, and you know, I was able to just demolish them fast as well. But always make sure to activate the piercing claw. This will help you a lot, especially against enemies that are not susceptible to piercing damage. Thanks for watching.